Hi everyone, Kate and I are here to discuss our part in No Impact Week. So we first want to discuss what exactly No Impact Week is. It is based on the book by The No Impact Man by Colin Beavan. And this No Impact Week encourages Pitt students to experience a lower impact of living. So decreasing their water usage or lowering how much trash they use or consume throughout the week. It creates a community on campus that is engaged and excited about sustainability. And this is the sixth year that the Flash Lab has organized No Impact Week.
Next, I sit down with 4 students to talk about their current water habits and challenge them to reduce their water consumption in the shower for an entire week and report back with our new lens of water conservation. How often a day do you think you shower?
Probably once a day.
Once.
And how long does that shower last?
5 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes.
I'm very much get wet, get shampooed or get soaped, get wet again, get out.
Okay, it can be 2 minutes to 20 minutes.
Okay. So what are you typically doing in the shower if it's 2 minutes or 20 minutes?
If it's 2 minutes, I'm just washing my body. If it's 20 minutes, washing my hair and shaving my entire body.
So when you think about water being valuable in New Mexico, why do you think it's not as valuable here?
Because there's so much more water here. I feel like in New Mexico, we are always in a drought pretty much, but it always rains here, and I don't hear the same oh, we're in a drought, we need to save water, that I do back at home.
Growing up, my mom was pretty easygoing and hey, use what you need, don't take more than you need, just because I don't necessarily sit down for a cup of coffee in the shower and take my time.
Now, let's say you were to take a 5-minute shower at the flow rate of 2.5 gallons per minute. It's 12.5 gallons per shower, 87.5 gallons per week, 4,550 gallons a year. And that's if you just one shower, 5 minutes. That's the equivalent of opening 100 little water bottles and dumping them on your head, as we can see in the image. If you take a 20-minute shower, it equates to 400 water bottles per shower. And you can imagine, just the purchase of these bottles is going to be wildly expensive. The waste from it is expensive. And just because essentially you're not using plastic, it's not wasteful in that sense. This water that you're using in the shower is actually water that could be used to drink, be used, to water your plants, could be used to cook with, whatever you would actually be using it for. So these 18,000 odd gallons could actually be used for something a little bit more useful. You don't have to be a genius to think, oh, if I was individually screwing off all of these bottles, you'd probably shave and you'd get the water bottle and you would with one hand, you would shave and the other one you would kind of rinse off your leg. Now imagine if I were to ask you to just shave and just be dumping the water beside you. Just dump the water out and you're shaving and you're just oh, there's another one, open it up. No, I'm still shaving. Just water out. Not really using it for anything. I'm washing my hair, using one hand to wash my hair, one hand to just dump some water, not even using the water. How long do you think it would take for you to be that's enough water bottles for me? I'm clean.
20.
I cut that down to 20 quick.
Real quick. And now you just took a 1-minute shower.
Probably 10.
Right. And I'm just going to put that's a 30-second shower. If you think about, these things, these issues that you're having, I'm just going to give you some alternatives to maybe help you. Let's say you lose track of time. You can make a playlist with about 2 songs. Like you said, 5-minute shower. If you think about it, it's 1 to 2 songs. And if you were to think about it, let's say I were to ask you to just randomly dance to 2 songs right now. I would say pick 2 songs and just dance to them. It would feel like a super long time, right? But in reality, it's the same amount of time that you should be spending in the shower. So it's all about perspective. I'm just going to play a song right now for you really quick. What's your favorite song right now?
Dynamite by BTS.
Plays for you. I want you to dance for me. Just for the first 20 seconds song. Get up and dance. Right? Keep going. Yeah, it's only been 20 seconds. Yeah. Are you sick of this yet? Are you done?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was 30 seconds. How long do you do that for in the shower, Catherine? With the water?
At least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes.
Right. Right. So shaving in the shower, are you really using that water?
No.
Now, do you enjoy the shower? Do you find it relaxing?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm not trying to take that relaxation away from you, but I am going to challenge you the next time you want to find some relaxation, find it in other ways. There are ways to get what you need to get done and still think about water. So it's been about a week of you applying these shower habits to your life.
Well, I didn't wash my hair this week, so
Good.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Oh, it's amazing.
I know.
Only like 15 minutes.
Cat. That's commendable work there. You went from 800 water bottles. I want to say only 300. That's 500 water bottles. It's amazing work. So did you check your flow rate and see what it was this week?
Yes, my flow rate was 2.5.
Okay, makes sense. And based on your flow rate, were you surprised at how much water you use when you shower?
Yes.
Yeah, just in terms of like the 100 water bottles thing, just because I think that's an easy one to think of, like, all right, hey, I'm dumping that much on me. Like, you don't realize it just because water's just still running. Obviously, there's however many bottles that are getting dumped while you're kind of just chilling for a second.
So did you decide to do anything out of the shower this week that you would typically do with the water running?
I decided to shave my body outside of the shower this week.
And how was that experience?
I used a bucket and it was more efficient.
I just got right in, I guess, instead of like letting it run. So instead of like waiting for anything to heat it up, like just get in and deal with it.
Yeah, actually, once me and Dixon also showered together, which half.
That's nice.
Showered together.
Honestly, I commend you, ma'am. That's really that's a commitment to the environment right there.
Not washing my hair every day so I could take like that quick 5-minute shower.
Every single time anyone says, when are you gonna wash your hair next? I'm like,
Next week, maybe.
Don't know, whenever the earth calls for it.
I could apply my new water habits to whenever I'm hand washing dishes. Making sure that in between each dish I turn off the faucet. I feel like when I do dishes, I use a lot of water. So I think instead of using the running water, I could fill a bucket or like a bowl.
Yeah.
And wash dishes in that instead.
That's great.
Yeah, no, I've always wanted to see what it's like to use, head shower water to make pasta, but
It's the same water. People
flavor is flavor, you know what I mean?
Dixon forgets to flush the toilet sometimes and annoys me. So I flush it and then I pee and then I flush it again. So I could just pee over her pee.
That is true. And there is a saying in the sustainable, world, if it's yellow, let it mellow.
Oh, okay.
So I think from this research, I've seen that a lot of girls will definitely take, 20, 40, an hour long showers, and you're kind of just sitting there, you're like, interesting. Whereas a man can take 5-minute showers. And I think that's just something we have to take into account. Maybe women use more water because we have more needs and more societal pressures on us, but that doesn't mean that we can't care about the environment, because I think about the societal pressures that Mother Earth has on her. There's no excuse.
Right?
Any closing remarks, anything you'd like to say about why you think water is important?
No, just use it, love it, appreciate it, man.
Water's important.
Essentially, what we did this week was engaged with pre and post surveys for students to be able to analyze their shower habits. And we were able to do an experimental trial with students from around the United States to test their water reduction habits. Over the week, we were able to get 62 responses, and with 25 experimental individuals to reduce their shower time by 15 minutes. Our results included 6,500 gallons of water per week avoided just by showering, annually saving 340,000 gallons of water. These showering habits that we've taught to these individuals, they may or may not have known in the past, and allowing them to understand their environmental impact with daily habits doesn't just stop with them. It may continue with their roommates, it can continue with their children or with their families. And this level of education is completely necessary when it comes to environmental change and local environmental impact.
Thank you so much to everyone for participating and helping Kate and I make this lab possible. It's very much appreciated.